on the run with all of Bill's things in her pocket. Troy does see her hiding, but instead of snitching, he lets her get away. It's quite difficult to run through the city while dodging all the Triffids, but eventually Jo manages to find a working car and drive out of London safely. She remembers the place Bill grew up in from when he shared his story and takes the car in that direction, only to end up accidentally crashing and having to continue on foot. When she enters the forest, a truck shows up ahead of her, and no matter how fast she runs, the driver comes after her and captures her. In the meantime, Bill arrives at a town that has been abandoned after a Triffid attack. He almost gets shot by the only two survivors, who turn out to be two very young sisters called Susan and Imogen. Susan is very wary of him, but Imogen is desperate for the company of an adult and accepts to give Bill the family car as long as he accepts to take them with him. After driving a couple of hours, they come across another vehicle and the driver turns out to be Bill's father, Dr. Mason. The reunion's far from warm, but Dr. Mason doesn't hesitate to bring Bill and the girls with him to his house, which is fenced with electrocuted wires. Inside, Bill finds Jo, because it had been Dr. Mason who found her in the woods. After Jo gives Bill back all his things, the two of them finally kiss and spend the night together. Sometime later, Bill joins his father at the lab, where he's already preparing a new plan. He thinks that to stop the Triffids, they must create a new type of it that sterilizes instead of fertilizes. If they spread this new type of Triffid around, then they'll make all the others infertile and eventually the race will die out. Dr. Mason already has a female Triffid he's been working on, but to finish the experiment, he needs the pollen from a male Triffid, so Bill promises to find one. Meanwhile, Susan and Imogen are practicing target shooting and Susan gets incredibly frustrated with Imogen because she's already referring to Jo and Bill as mom and dad. Once he's properly armed, Bill drives all the way to the labs to see if at least there's one male Triffid in the area. Once again, he uses his tape recorder to play Triffid noises, but the first one to show up is Susan, who hid in the car and came along to keep an eye on him. While Bill scolds her for such a dangerous idea, a male Triffid finally shows up and grabs Susan, making it hard for Bill to shoot at it properly if he doesn't want to hit the girl too. In the end,